with this Cypress Umber color in the My Renaissance palette. I'm gonna go in my outer corners and smoke that in like a smoky eye. But for the next question, it's how do I manage a social life and active social life? Because I guess that's the key word. It's an active social life and school. Honestly, I learned this the hard way. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. When I first started doing this whole like party promoter or social life thing, it was hard to balance school and social life. I wanted to always be in the mix and find new ways to like throw parties and make money. It was not easy, and it was not. I failed the class one year because I was out so much. I think it was my sophomore year. That's when I started actually like doing more of like going out. I did fail the class. I took it, so it's okay, Mom, if you're watching this video. I retook it, it's fine. But I did fail the class, and at that point I was like, okay, I'm not here to. It's cool. It comes naturally that I came able to like, you know, influence and go to parties and have social life, but school comes first, so I have to learn how to balance that. So for me, sometimes I had to take like social media breaks. When I had like a big exam, I delete all my social media apps like Twitter, Instagram, just so I can focus on the exams. I found ways to like, I invested in a planner. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't like using planners. If you don't like using an actual physical planner, personally I think that works better to have an actual physical planner. You could always just use your phone, use your calendar, use your iPhone reminders. But definitely keep yourself organized and make sure you keep up with your due dates. It's always fun. I mean, we all go to college to have fun, so no one's saying you can't have a social life, but it's all about balance and making sure you know you have to get your school done. Your school stuff done first, and then go out and play. Work hard first and then play. So there was times that I wouldn't, if my homework wasn't first, if I'm going out at like 10 to a union party with my friends, if I didn't have all my homework done by 7 o'clock, I didn't deserve to go out. So if I want to go with my friends, I had to make sure throughout the week, before it was Friday at 7, I was done my stuff. And I didn't want to have to be at the party worrying about like, oh my god, I have an exam on Monday. Like, no. After a while, and it's not easy because your friends will be like, oh my god, stop being a little girl and go outside and have fun. But so you gotta put your foot down and be like, nah, I gotta get this degree, get this GPA. Like, that 4.0 is the goal. So finding ways to keep yourself on track with your work is very key when it comes to balance on social life. And sometimes you don't gotta go to every party. You really don't gotta go to every party. Parties are always gonna be there. I don't think partying will ever die. Parties may be whack, but they will never die. So you don't gotta go to every single party, because the day parties are always gonna be there. Your degree and the money for your tuition and all the loans taken out will be there forever, and they will haunt you. So boom, think about that. Think about Sally Mae on your doorstep asking for her money back. That's what gets me motivated to get my work done and get this GPA. I don't have to deal with Sally Mae's ugly self. Sally Mae, stay the heck away from me. But yeah, basically getting your work done first and then playing is always my key for balancing social life and partying. I'm gonna go ahead and do a half cut crease. If I can get this concealer out. This is dead. Get another one. Doesn't matter which one you use, because I'm gonna see if I do a cut crease. The next question is, how is it coming to America from Nigeria? Honestly, I don't remember. But I am an immigrant. Came when I was 3. My parents, my mom and my dad, we left my brothers there, but they eventually came over. But yeah, coming from America to Nigeria, I was younger, so I never really never understood what it meant to be an immigrant, because my memories are here in America. I do remember Nigeria briefly. I did go back for almost a year and lived there for a year when I was 8. So I do remember that time, at that year, what originally coming to America from Nigeria. I don't actually remember that fully. But I do remember as I grew up and I learned more about immigration and how racist America hate immigrants and hate people from other countries. That's when I started to feel more self-conscious about being an immigrant. I honestly, at a point, I would never tell people I was an immigrant because I was so afraid of racial slurs and people bullying me. And they did for a while. They used to call me like African booty scratcher, or called me FOB, which is fresh off the boat for those who don't know that. And I was at a point, I hated myself. I hated the fact that I wasn't born here like everyone else. I hated the fact that no one accepted me because I was an immigrant and I wasn't really from here. I wasn't really a natural born citizen. And it hurt. It was very, I think that's what started my first round of like self-hatred and self-destruction, because I wanted to be like the American kid so bad, because I didn't understand the beautiness of being an immigrant and being a dual citizen. I didn't know what that meant. So I hated myself, and it wasn't until like coming to college and I learned more through like orientation and self-love about like how amazing I am for being an immigrant and how I shouldn't feel ashamed. And I tell everyone I go, I'm like, yeah, I wasn't born here, I'm an immigrant. I'm like, how I need blessing, I'm an immigrant. That's how now excited I am to be an immigrant, how much I love it. It just took time for me to self-discover and self-love myself, but once I realized how beautiful it actually was, I love it and I wouldn't change it for the world. So again, to answer your question about how was it coming from Nigeria to America, originally I don't know how it was because I was young, but now looking back at it and looking back at middle school and me getting bullied, all that fun stuff, it was hard, but I loved it, and I'm so happy to be able to have that experience and be able to share that. So if you're out there and you're from Nigeria or whatever and you feel as if like you don't belong here, you do. God brought you here for a reason, so don't ever doubt yourself, and you're beautiful and you're worth it. So yeah, after I do the cut crease, on the cut crease, I'm going in again with my Jaclyn Hill palette with this little brown color at the end, and I'm putting that right on where I did my cut crease. So the next question that I have is, how did I build my social media presence? Honestly, I get this question a lot. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, how'd you get so many followers? Like, what'd you do? Honestly, I legit don't know how to answer this question. This is one of the questions that I saw on my list, and I was like, I don't really know how to answer this question. I literally, like, I don't know. I think I've always been a social person. I'm lying. I have been a social person. For me, I think it was middle school, it was high school, freshman high school, I was a bully on Facebook. Like, I was one of them girls who would just pick on people. I hated myself so much. Like, and I had to bring everyone down with me. I just had so much self-hate for myself that I was just a mean person. I would literally like go on Facebook and just start dumb shit. And it's weird because as we're young, it was like right now, like now in the days, bullying is not accepted, and I feel so bad for how I acted because looking back at it now. But like back in the day, if you were a bully, like you were a cool kid. Like people like liked you. Like people liked the fact that like, I don't know if they were scared of you in a way, but they liked the fact that like someone was like, I don't know, mean. I mean, being a girl and being mean, and I don't know, a lot of people just liked it. I would never understand why. It's weird, but sorry to interrupt the question. But next I'm going in with this little like shimmery brown color on top of where I put the other brown. But yeah, basically people just liked me, so I had a lot of like Facebook friends. So a lot of people on Facebook liked me. And then at a fact, I remember it was like I think my sophomore year, that's when Twitter started to be more poppin'. And when people were on Twitter, but I always refused to go on Twitter because I didn't want to start my like popularity all over again, so I always stayed away. But after a while, everyone started leaving Facebook for Twitter, so I had to like, you know, morph with the movement. So I made a Twitter, and then I guess mostly all my Facebook fans, I would say, came to my Twitter. So then I've kind of had a following on there too. I don't have that many followers on Twitter. I think I have like 4,000, but like I have like 4,000 followers on Twitter. And then I made a Facebook. But thing for me, I was on Instagram when Tumblr was popping. So a lot of people were on Instagram. So I was on Instagram back when Instagram first started. Like I was on Instagram when Instagram had borders for filters. Like I was on Instagram then, and I was posting like dumb shit, like like teddy bears that I got, or like I thought I was a photographer going outside taking pictures of flowers. So I was on Instagram early game, so I think I have so much like following now because I was on before a lot of people were on Instagram. So so I think that's where my Instagram came from, just me, like people just starting up and me already being there, so they probably just followed me and stuff like that. And after a while I actually gained an interest in Instagram, like the whole like likes and stuff, so I started doing my stuff. So I don't know actually know how I got my social media presence. I think it just came naturally. People just navigated towards me, and even now that I'm not a bully no more and I'm actually like a nice person and I changed my ways and I'm not self-destructing, I think a lot of people fuck with me more, and I hope they continue to like me, and I can hope that my following continues to grow for my sake and my business sake. But yeah, basically I don't even know when my social media presence came. It just came like boom. Woke up one day, people like me. Basically it. So for the next question I have, what advice would you give someone who wants to start a YouTube channel? Just do it. Like, don't let, I don't know, like anyone, I don't care what anyone says, anybody that wants to have a YouTube channel can have a YouTube channel. Like, there's so many outlets for YouTube that it's not meant for anyone. If you want to do it, just do it. Like, find something you want and just do it. Like, get a camera, even if it's your iPhone. I just naturally wanted to like go hard, go home, so I bought a camera. But a lot of YouTubers that I know that I've been watching since they were like originally started, they all use their iPhones, and with iPhone 8s and X's now, the camera is better than actual camera. Like my iPhone 8 Plus shoots 4K and my camera doesn't. So you can actually already have a camera in your pocket. So you don't gotta do it. So just do it. Do it because you want to. Don't do it because everyone else is doing it. Don't do it because there's money in it. There's money in it, but it takes a long time for you to make good money. Like before YouTube changed their requirements to be like a I forgot what it's called, a partner, and make money off YouTube. I was making like 10 cents a day. Like, I was not making crazy money, especially if you don't have a lot of subscribers and views. It takes a lot of dedication to make money. So don't go into YouTube for the money, because it's not, you don't open the camera and the money comes. It's not how it works. It's obviously, because everyone would be making money off YouTube if that was the case. So definitely do it with your full heart. Doing it because you want to. Doing it because you are interested in showing us something or teaching people something, or just being yourself. So go into it. It's trial and error. So if you fail the first time, your video doesn't get a lot of views, it's okay. Some of my videos that I thought were great only got like 200 views right now. I don't get discouraged because I'm doing it because I like to, and hopefully it grows and gets better. But do it wholeheartedly. Don't do it because, oh my god, YouTube seems like fun, like I want to make some money. The money's not there. Trust me, the money does not just automatically come. It takes time. So yeah, my biggest advice, to keep it short, do it. If any of you want to start a YouTube channel, need some help, definitely feel free to hit me up. I love to talk about YouTube, so definitely ask me, and I'm happy to help you and figure out like editing. And so I'm still learning too, but so we all start learning from somewhere. So if I have some things to share with you, I definitely want to share. So if you want to start a YouTube, just do it. So on top of that brown shimmer, I'm going in with liquid gold shimmer, just briefly tapping over it, just briefly, like you don't gotta go ham. But for the next question I have, what's the most useful way you plan on utilizing your channel? Like for my YouTube channel, I definitely just want to do there's a lot of lifestyle things, like lifestyle hacks that I've learned, sharing my experiences with, like, again, we were talking about earlier, with my self-destruction, with my self-love and confidence, just to share and to like educate people and to show them me in a way. So hopefully I make enough like following, and I'm also to like gain more, not fame, but more popularity, so I'm able to do things like giveaways and like helping people out more, because I don't know, I just plan to use my channel to educate and to show people how to gain confidence and self-love. So I think that my biggest way to utilize my channel is to help. Keyword is to help. So I don't know with what. I'm just naturally going with what I think is helpful. So basically planning on doing that. So that answers your question, I hope. Next question is, what's the biggest academic hardship you face? I think I mentioned this earlier about failing a class. I think for me, my biggest academic hardship, I don't know. I think for me would be that I attend a predominantly white university. So it's predominantly white. So as those points that I felt a lot of racism, a lot of like that I had to like work a little extra to prove myself in class. Like I was that one person that I sat in the front of the room in the classroom. I always introduced myself to the professor like, I'm Blessing, and I know who I am. Like, I'm the only black person in this class, and I know that's obvious, but you're not gonna shadow me over because of that. So I made sure I went the extra mile. I just felt as if I had to work harder because I attended a predominantly white university. I felt as if like I had to work, like my classmates could barely go by doing nothing. I had to work like 10 times harder. I think just for me, it's not about, I didn't have any academic hardships because school, I say it came easy to me, but I liked school. But then coming to college and seeing that everyone didn't look like me, I had to work a little bit hard to prove myself. That kind of put a toll on my education. I felt as if like those times that I felt like I had to give up because professors were treating me weird, or I didn't feel like I was getting the right support that I should have got like my other counterparts were in classroom. I think for me, just the fact that I had to realize that I may have to work harder and it may suck at a point because like everyone didn't look like me and I was the outlier in a way. I never was an outlier. I always was around like minority people through high school, so it was something I wasn't used to. But I told myself, even though I had to work harder, it'll all be worth it and it'll all pay off kind of the days. Like I gotta think about me, and it might not be the same way someone else could go through things, but it's my way of going through things, and I'm placed in a situation for a reason. So reminding myself daily that even though it sucks to be a minority, I will make myself the majority, if that makes sense. So I didn't really have any hardships. Basically it was that.